Reading, Pennsylvania, founded in 1748 and established as an industrial powerhouse in the mid-19th century, gave its name to the once Reading Company, also known as Reading Railroad. In a sea of red, the majority Latino city in southeastern PA voted for Kamala Harris by 30 points in the 2024 presidential election. Still, Donald Trump easily won Berks County, home to Reading, by 12 points, and the state by more than 50% of the vote. The first coveted swing state to be won by Trump on election night 2024, we saw it fitting to start the 50 Project right here. For the next 4 years, we'll visit all 50 states and speak with residents about what motivated them to vote in the presidential election. We'll also touch base about how things are going based on those hopes and concerns. Voters of all ages and ethnic backgrounds in PA, including Ramon Martinez, co-owner of the Mofongo restaurant, pointed to the economy, the high cost of living, as the incentive to vote. But that wasn't the only reason.
Sé que la economía sigue mala, está bastante difícil en el periodo de Joe Biden, pero más quería votar en contra de Donald Trump por la retórica que tenía en contra de los inmigrantes y todo esto.
Martinez said Trump's deportation agenda has forced many immigrants into hiding, and it's hurt his business. Johanny Cepeda Freitis, co-owner of the nearby restaurant Su Casa Mi Casa, agrees. Cepeda Freitis is also a Democratic state representative. She is critical of dismantling institutions like the Department of Education that provide marginalized communities with resources to overcome barriers.
I mean, you have a wealthy white man who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth that could never identify with the experience that a person of color has had to endure. Because I have worked extremely hard, and I want to say a lot harder than my white counterparts to be able to get to where I'm at. I've always had to work harder to prove myself, my value, and my worth. And I could never expect our president to understand and much less relate to that because he hasn't had to struggle. I mean, I don't know that I would have gone to college if opportunities had not been created for me to be able to take advantage of those opportunities, like the Education Opportunity Program back in New York, because I went to school upstate New York. My parents would have never been able to afford it, for example.
Cepeda Freitis calls the cuts made by the Department of Government Efficiency, better known as DOGE, led by Elon Musk, reckless behavior and irresponsible.
You bring someone into your administration that has no prior experience in how government works, and you're dismantling and you're laying off and you're firing all these people. So how are you really helping families?
We visited with Republican Michael Rivera, Berks County Commissioner, and talked about the complexity of immigration, including a distinction that drove many of his constituents to the polls.
One of the main topics that came up was the border, and it was illegal immigration. The people I spoke with had no issue around immigration. They understand. A lot of them themselves were immigrants, but they came in the legal way. The other situation that I spoke with people around is you've been in the country, you came in, you immigrated, and you've been here for whatever, 10, 15, 20 years. It could have taken you 5 to 10 years just to get here. Then once you're here, it could take another 2, 5, 10 years to bring in your spouse or your family members. So these people have gone through the process, they've waited the time, they've paid the money, so they don't think it's fair for someone just to walk across the border and then get all the benefits that they have been able to acquire because they did things the right way. So the issue is illegal immigration, not necessarily just immigration.
The U.S. immigration system can be complex and challenging to navigate, making it difficult for some individuals to obtain legal status. Some people enter the U.S. legally with a visa, but stay beyond the permitted time, becoming undocumented.
The laws in the United States around immigration do need to be changed. Right now, if you look at jobs, there are more job openings than there are people that are able to fill those jobs. We're not going to birth our way out of that here in the United States. The way we're going to do that is through people coming in through legal immigration, where people can come in, they can work here, they can raise their family, they can become a part of our nation. So the laws here in the United States do need to be worked upon and improved in that aspect to be able to welcome more people that want to come here, that go through a process.
Rivera said more work visas are needed. The Pew Research Center estimates roughly more than 8 million undocumented immigrants are working in the U.S., representing about 5% of all workers. Helping the Latino community in Reading succeed is Centro Hispano.
The Hispanic Center, again, serves as a conduit, as a hub where we can connect them to program and services to help improve their quality of life, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's in, again, housing, whether it's food insecurity, workforce development, anything that we can do to help lift up our constituents. That's the work that we do here at the Hispanic Center, again, helping them so that they can then help themselves.
Among the initiatives Centro Hispano collaborates with are voter registration drives. Toledo also shared that while many community members are concerned with the first few weeks of the Trump administration, others advise patience.
Concerns about, what the new administration's priorities and focus means to them, means to their family. Again, there are some that have expressed some concerns. Others that have said, this is it's early in the administration. This is the leadership style of this particular president, and we need more time to see where things will go, where things will move in our community. So it's been a mixed bag, one of concern for some, others with more of a tempered, let's wait and see how things move in our community and the impact it could have in our community.
While Harris did win Reading handily, Trump's success in moving the electorate relative to 2020 helped him win the crucial Rust Belt swing state. In Reading, Pennsylvania, I'm Hugo Huerta.